Welcome to Stupid Meat Eater Comments. This video series presents some of the amazingly stupid comments by non-vegan YouTubers on my channel's debates and videos. Here are this week's top 5 picks. This week's comments are presented to you by Ellie. Visit his YouTube channel and check out all his great content. When you're there, make sure to subscribe. This week's first comment is from Undertow9x, who said,
"Look, if you don't want to eat meat, that's fine. However, I have a problem with you how you seem to want all people to be vegan. This makes you no better than believers. You want people to live like you. You think killing animals is immoral. So you push your views onto others."
There are 58 billion sentient land animals killed each and every year by humans without sufficient justification. As I've said in previous videos, we have zero nutritional requirement to eat animals or their byproducts. Each and every one of these animals were beings capable of emotions, thoughts, desires, and relationships that were snuffed out due to our desire for their flesh. I have a problem with people who think they are entitled to the lives of others. I have a problem with people whose actions negatively affect those who cannot stand up and resist. I have a problem with people who make decisions that are harmful to the health and happiness of society. Animal agriculture is an environmental disaster that affects us all. When you fuck with the defenseless, voiceless oppressed, it is everyone's business, and I don't care that you have a problem with compassionate people who work to end senseless suffering, violence, and death. Religious beliefs are based upon wish fulfillment and fantasy. Religious people believe in ancient mythology and try to justify their beliefs based on personal experiences they cannot explain without invoking the supernatural. Veganism is not a faith-based position, but rather a very real realization that animals we regularly enslave and murder are more like us than they are dissimilar, especially in the most important ways. If we hold to the notion that violence and suffering is to be avoided, and that we should strive for a compassionate life, we all have a duty to live in a way that best exemplifies it. Scientific inquiry has shown that other animals have internal lives and thoughts. Leading healthcare professionals are now more than ever espousing the benefits of a vegan diet and confirming the negative effects of even a modest animal consumption. Ecologists are nearly unanimous on the impact that raising animals has on our planet's delicate systems. Don't mistake a vegan's passion for justice with blind religious fervor. The former is based upon research and evidence, the latter on hope and indoctrination. Next, Ray Gallagher had this to say.
"I like the idea of veganism and vegetarianism, and I've tried it, but I'm sorry. I just love meat too much. I never last a few weeks without breaking out and eating meat. I know what I'm doing is ethically questionable, but meat is my vice."
Is this really the best excuse you have for supporting the death of billions of sentient animals, the destruction of our environment and depletion of our precious resources, and the human suffering caused as a direct result of our diet choices? I can understand irrationally held beliefs from the religious, but come on, people of the rational, skeptical, atheistic community. Since when has "I love X" been any morally justifiable reason to engage in anything? If I enjoy raping women, is my proclamation that I just love raping too much a valid justification? If I said, "I love bashing gay people too much to stop," or "I love to own other humans too much to give up my slaves," or "I love molesting children too much to stop," are these now acceptable and morally justifiable actions? Stop the self-interested nonsense and start to apply the same skepticism and commitment to seeking and living the truth as you have with your old religious beliefs. Start with a real honest effort to get educated as you owe it to yourself and the thinking, feeling beings you allow killed for your entertainment. Jedi Flamaster is up next with this.
"Pain is irrelevant. Sentience is irrelevant. We have to kill something to survive, be it a plant or an animal. The animals are more relatable, being organisms more similar to us, but this criterion isn't fair. It might sadden you to see a pig being killed more than a plant being picked, but in the big picture, both are the same act of taking life. In the end, life is just a self-replicating system, and at the moment, maintaining a healthy diet with meat is cheaper than doing so otherwise. So I'll stick to that. Thank you.
Pain and sentience is irrelevant? The very reason why we have moral obligations to other humans and not to rocks is because we know that other humans have the ability to suffer and are sentient, while inanimate objects lack any ability to suffer, interact, or care what happens to them. While it is true that things must inevitably die for our survival, the question is not simply about life, but more importantly, sentient life. A blade of grass does not have any sense of itself or the capacity to care one way or another what does or does not happen to it, yet it is most definitely alive. A sentient animal, on the other hand, has evolved to sense the world around him or her and actively interact with it. The ability to react and choose to survive in situations of danger, and the ability to strive for security and pleasurable things are the hallmark of thinking sentient beings with interests that matter to itself and to the members of the animal's group. To equate the killing of non-sentient plants to the slicing open of sentient pigs is to make a logical fallacy called false equivalence. While all life may be a fundamental self-replicating system, sentient beings are much more than just that. Just like Christian apologists like to proclaim that under an atheistic worldview, we are all just molecules in motion. However, while this may be true, there is much more going on, and to reduce sentient life, human or otherwise, to such an absurdity in order to dismiss it is another logical fallacy called reductio ad absurdum. A healthy vegan diet is far from expensive when done right. A cursory search on your favorite search engine could easily have informed you. Check out the book Eat Vegan on $4 a day to see what is possible. Our next comment is from Bruce Wayne, who said,
If everyone became vegan, here's what would happen. Hundreds of millions of people would be out of work. The stock market would crash. The economy would be destroyed beyond repair. The price of vegetables would be 10 times more expensive, leading to massive starvation in America. This would cause crime to skyrocket, probably leading you to getting mugged. So if you care at all about your country, keep eating meat.
In what universe would the whole world one day wake up and become instantly vegan? If veganism ever becomes the default position accepted and lived by most people on the planet, it will be after a very long, drawn-out transition over hundreds of years. The reason we kill 58 billion land animals each year and over 1 trillion sea animals is because there is a demand for them from the 7 billion people worldwide. As the percentage of vegans goes up and the percentage of non-vegans goes down, the supply will match the demand. Corporations do not care what they sell as long as it's profitable and legal. If a company can make more money selling broccoli than selling animal body parts, it will transition itself to where it remains a profitable business. New jobs and new sectors would open up, providing people who currently have jobs involving animal exploitation new opportunities. As the availability of vegan foods would increase, the already inexpensive cost of vegan foods would continue to decrease, making it even more affordable to all. The billions of dollars spent on healthcare each year could be saved and allocated elsewhere, saving even more money in the pockets of each and every one, resulting in a better quality of life. So if you care at all about your country, your health, your environment, and justice for all sentient beings on this planet, go vegan. And our last comment of the week is from Suzy Key, who said,
I agreed with you until the point you started to assume that eating meat should be completely abolished. Who are you to tell me what I shouldn't eat? Vegan fundamentalism match? Maybe it's healthier to be a vegetarian, but who the hell has that kind of time and money to set up such a healthy diet every day constantly? You know, some of us have to work with our hands until exhaustion every day. Do you really expect us to waste our spare time setting up stupid diets? If this kills me, then so be it. But let me have my one last right to poison myself slowly to death. Please, and thank you.
Who am I? I am a concerned individual who cares for more than just my own well-being, but also for the well-being of other sentient animals, of both the human and non-human variety. Just because eating animals is socially acceptable doesn't in any way give validity to it. Human history is wrought with once socially accepted practices that have fallen by the side when society has grown in its understanding. There was a time not so long ago when slave owners would have defended their right to own humans as property and chastised anyone who challenged them. When discussing diet, it is of paramount importance to realize that the meat on your plate is not a what, but instead a once living who. With this observation, we then must make a rational conclusion based upon the evidence if we have any moral justification for continuing to kill other sentient beings. The evidence is in. We do not have a morally justifiable reason to enslave and kill animals. The rational conclusion is therefore to go vegan, and whatever time and effort it takes to undertake this transition is necessary for intelligent and moral human beings. It is not a valid excuse to claim that you have not the time to do what is rationally morally consistent, as it takes just as much time to do something irrational as choosing to do something rational. No matter how busy you are, you still need to go shopping, eat 3 times a day or more, and wear clothing. When you go shopping, buy vegan foods instead of non-vegan foods. When you eat your meals, prepare vegan meals rather than non-vegan meals. And when you buy clothing, choose items that are free of leather, fur, wool, and silk. You may not care for your own health, but do you care for the health of your family? Your children? How about the life of each and every animal whose last moments alive were filled with absolute horror? Your choice on what or who you eat affect many more beings than you may have previously considered. Agree or disagree with what I've said in my videos, but be honest with yourself and make a true effort to actually research the vegan arguments. Typing in Google, "vegans are unhealthy," and finding websites that confirm your presuppositions is not an honest effort, as all you are doing is confirming your bias rather than questioning whether your bias is logical and representative of reality. You do not live in a bubble in which your choices in life are done in isolation. Everything you do has consequences that affects others. Be mindful of that the next time you sit down to eat. There you have it. 5 stupid comments from 5 different YouTubers. Which comment would you vote to win the Dumbass of the Week award? Would it be 1. Undertow9x, who mistakes the rational reasons to be a vegan with the irrational reasons for belief in a god? 2. Ray Gallagher, who thinks that liking something a lot is enough justification for the action? 3. Jedi Flamaster, who thinks that pain and sentience is irrelevant when discussing our moral obligations to other beings? 4. Bruce Wayne dreams up an apocalyptic end to the world if everyone goes vegan. Or 5. Suzy Key thinks health, happiness, and compassion are just too much trouble. To vote, leave your choice in the comment section below. Choose only one winner. Results will be available on my Facebook page and Google Plus page 1 week from today on Friday, January 24th. Check back to see who won. If you enjoyed this video, remember to press the like button and share with everyone. If you would like to submit a video or audio reading of an upcoming stupid comment, or if you have a great idea for a new series or video, send me an email to TheVeganAtheist@hotmail.com. Thanks for watching. Want to see more? Click subscribe and keep an eye out for the next Stupid Comments video coming out next Friday. Follow me on my Facebook, Twitter, and Google Plus pages. Links are in the description. Lastly, head over to my channel and check out all the debates, presentations, and videos.